I know we talked about this on the phone about using automation softwares to post. You are doing all yours manually, right?
To start with the fact, most of them are missing a lot of platform features. All the third-party schedulers like Hootsuite and Buffer, etc., they didn't have Reels even available to use. If you look at every social platform, they make majority of their money by ads. They want people on their platform, watching ads, engaging with others, etc.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. All right, guys, we are here with Logan Forsyth. How's it going, my man?
Doing amazing. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. You're going viral, right?
Hey, always trying, making more content, helping other people go viral as well.
Absolutely. That's your specialty, man. You're able to get 2 billion views now in your agency?
We've generated 2.5 at this point.
Wow.
Billion views.
And that's in how long?
So that's accumulation. It's been myself, and then I have my partner, Spencer Murphy. And we had combined experience leading up to this, working with people like Manny Koshman, Jason Capital, Iman Godzi. Since the agency started, which we're recording this in January of 2024, we began media scaling in March of 2023, and we've generated right over 1 billion. It's about 1.05 billion views so far.
Dang, and that's in 9 months.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. So the business model is basically partner with creators that have a lot of content and help them go viral through social media clips, mainly on the short form side, right?
Yep, we specialize in short form. So we have our top level package where we guarantee up to 150 million real organic views in the first 90 days working with us. Usually we're falling somewhere between 30 to 150 million on that view guaranteed, depending on, we have tiers of packages that we can roll out. So the more that we post and the higher tier of package, the higher the guarantee. And then also depending on where they start from. But we have done plenty of 100 million, 150 million views guarantees. So for someone to fit that criteria, they've already been creating long form content for usually a long period of time. They have a big database to go off of. They've already built the skill set, the team around it. And we're just going into the foundation that they've already laid and amplifying it, throwing fuel on the fire. We'll take an entire team of short form editors, account managers, repurpose their long form content into very high volume of top quality short form clips. And then we post anywhere between 1,800 to 4,200 times per month per client getting started. When you do that level of posting volume we're omnipresent across all social channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. We're starting to incorporate more on X and LinkedIn as well. So we make sure that we're omnipresent also just everywhere. And then when you do that level of posting volume with top quality content, inevitably you can tap into some viral posts, and then it just continues to snowball the longer you run this.
Right.
We'll take all that new reach, traffic, and exposure, funnel it back to their main socials, funnel it back to any free lead magnets or offers they have, and it just really just amplifies and scales what they're already doing.
Yeah, they say attention's currency these days, right?
Yeah.
So just getting 100 million views in a month, I mean, that is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. We've hit that now with, I believe, 4 people of doing 100 million plus views per month.
Wow.
And when you get to that level, that's just in the last year since we started media scaling. When you get to that level, the growth is insane. The audience growth across the board is hundreds of thousands across like each platform, subscribers, followers, and things get pretty nutty. So we usually can get to that range somewhere between month 3 and month 6 with clients, depending on if they have the right foundation set up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of monetization methods other than just getting views. You get more sponsors. You get your brand out there. You can get bigger and bigger guests on your show or your YouTube or whatever. There's just a lot of wins to getting more views, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. It opens up so many doors indirectly outside of just, having a direct ROI from whatever offer you sell. If you're a podcast, like you mentioned, brand sponsorships, Patreon can grow, just whatever you have set up. AdSense also is a good lever, but AdSense is the most inefficient way to monetize on social. So
you don't want to rely on it.
Yeah, definitely. When you have something to sell on top, that's where the true money's made.
Yeah. There's shows that rely on like the ads and stuff, and you see them when they get demonetized or whatever, their whole revenue's down the drain.
Right.
So when I started this show, I was like, I never want to rely on like the platforms just in case, because I have on some pretty crazy guests. So.
Yeah, and it's not even just the reliance on the platform itself, but just having more capital and more money as well allows you to put more resources into what you're doing, create a better show like what you've set up also, right? So there's a lot of benefits to that outside of, but it is risky, like you're saying. You get demonetized at any point.
Absolutely. So out of the 5 big platforms, I guess, is there anyone that's getting way more views than the other?
Way more views? No, it can really cycle between clients of sometimes YouTube will be someone's top platform, and it even will be month by month. YouTube will be a top platform 1 month, then Instagram the next month, then TikTok the next month. I would say our biggest three are YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And overall, across the board, Instagram is the leader most commonly.
Yeah.
But it's not always the top platform, and they are generally pretty close too. There's no like way outlier platform. Across all of them, I use the analogy that TikTok, to a large degree, is what it is today with over 1 billion daily active users, because their algorithm made it to where anyone could go viral regardless of following size, right? And so it flooded their platform with active creators. A lot of people built audiences overnight because all it takes is one video to hit. And then next thing you know, you have 30,000, 50,000 followers that flood into your account from one viral video. Since then, every other platform has followed suit.
Yeah.
And now you no longer need an audience to go viral. So that's a big part of our strategy as well. I haven't even mentioned it. We create secondary accounts to do this level of volume. And so examples would be like Tony Robbins clips, Tony Robbins reels, best of Tony Robbins, so on and so forth across platforms. And these accounts are created from scratch. They're branded per client, but all it takes is that one video to go viral. And then we'll have an account go from 400 followers to 10,000 followers within a couple days.
Yeah.
And then everything snowballs from there.
Yeah, you're able to scale horizontally rather than just post a bunch on one account. You make hundreds of accounts, right?
Yeah. But there is a fallacy as well. We talk to a lot of people who feel like they can't post more than once per day on an account on platforms. And it's just not true. We've tested posting volumes from the lowest end of once per day, highest end of 12 times per day per account. And we generally see best results between 3 to 6 posts per day per account. To tap into the most growth. It actually does not hurt engagement either. Your engagement rate still remains strong. But we look at every post as an at-bat to go viral. And if you have volume, as long as quality remains, then it's going to do well. You're going to grow faster. You can't polish a turd. So if you like increase your volume and the content sucks, it's not great quality, then of course it's not going to perform. And I think that's the mistake a lot of people make when they try and increase their volume. So you have to keep that quality. It's incredibly important. But if you post 3 times per day on all the platforms, you can look at the insights, especially when it comes to the shorts and reels and et cetera. And a portion of all the views from all those posts are going to non-followers or going to your For You page, people who don't know you or they don't follow you. And so you have to look at every single post as another asset that's getting you in front of new people. They've never seen you before. They've never heard of you before. And it's giving them an opportunity to bring them into your world. The more you post, the more that happens. And also the more chances you have of a post getting 100,000 views or 10 million views, which snowballs everything, right? So we generally see if the content quality is there, if you, let's say, go from posting 1 time per day to 3 times per day, you will tap into not only 3x growth, but more, because it's giving you those at-bat opportunities for some of those posts to perform better and be outlier posts that really brings people in.
Yeah, I post at least 3 a day. I feel like you're not getting enough metrics if you're doing 1 a day, honestly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like you could post the same exact clips at different times of the day. I'm sure you've seen this, and one will go more viral. Yep.
And there is a lottery system aspect to it. And also what is so great about having a network of secondary accounts as well is when we find winning posts that go crazy viral on one account, more often than not, that post will go viral again. So we do something called remixing on our edits, to where we're not just going to straight up repost that same clip, but we'll take the raw footage of that clip, add different editing on top, whether it's just different font, colors, B-roll, whatever, and then we'll post it on one of the other accounts. And a lot of the time it continues to go viral again and again and again. So now that's an asset that you have for your content that you can cadence in as posting. And more often than not, that's going to go viral. It's going to get you a lot of new followers or not a lot of new subscribers.
Smart. Is there a warm-up period when it comes to just making a new account and posting? Is there a certain amount of days you need to wait?
Yeah. So a process that we follow is we make sure all of our accounts are created, and then we'll have our team go in and draft and schedule posts. Usually it'll be 3 days out, and that shows intent to be using the account. We also have found it's not best practice to just create all accounts in one platform, like back to back to back. So you can spread it out, do 2-3 accounts per day, and do that over the course of a few days. And generally, we don't have issues there. There is a typical process to where some accounts will get shut down when you create these new secondaries. But we have appeal templates that we use, and we just appeal the shutdown of the account. 99% of the time it gets approved right away and it's like back up. And usually that's only at the very start when you create the accounts. And then once they're there, you're good to go.
Oh, are they shutting it because you're not supposed to have more than like 5 per phone or something?
Yeah, it's like impersonation accounts, right? Because it's all tailored around someone else's name or brand or whatever the case. So the platforms, it's an issue. And the platforms are cracking down on that and making tweaks to the algorithm. So it's usually not a real person who's doing that. It's just the way that the algorithm's been designed. Then you can appeal it. A real person will go review that appeal, and then they'll approve it up.
That makes sense. Now, when it comes to the thumbnail, the captions, the text, how much of that actually matters?
Yeah, it depends on each platform, right? But thumbnail is important. All the platforms have discovery placements to where the content is going to people who haven't seen you before. And if you have an actual like design thumbnail, the only platform that you can do that on right now is Instagram for short form content. TikTok is testing that to where some of our accounts is available, but it's not on majority of them. So like on YouTube and TikTok, the other platforms, you can just be specific about the frame selection that you choose for the thumbnail. And then on Instagram, you can actually upload a design. We see back and forth results. Sometimes we see better results on Instagram uploading a design thumbnail. Other times it is like pretty similar either way. The most important pieces of it is having a great piece of content, which means having a great hook. If you're not familiar with the concept of a hook, the length of it depends on the length of the video, but the hook is the intro of the video that hooks people in to want to continue to watch the remainder of it, right? And if you have a short form video that's 60 seconds or less, the hook is really like 3 to 5 seconds. If you have a longer form video, let's say 30 minutes or an hour, people will be willing to watch for a minute, minute and a half before they decide that they want to fully watch that entire piece of content, right? So the hook can stretch out a little bit further depending on how long the video is. But overall, the hook is arguably one of the most important parts. You can have an amazing edit that has a bad hook and no one's going to see it versus you can have a subpar edit with an incredible hook and then good content to back it up and it can go crazy viral. So the hook is super important. One of the most high leverage aspects of repurposing long form to short form is clip selection. You need to have the skill set of selecting the right clip that has a good hook and then it has content that provides a lot of value, backs it up, has full context, doesn't leave people hanging. And that is not editing, right? That's just the clip selection alone. And then there's a lot of things that we've learned from generating billions of views on the editing side that you can do on top to have it perform even better.
Yeah, that's a huge skill, just the actual selection of the clip, because I've tried AIs and stuff, what I mean? And, 1 out of maybe 20 clips will be decent,
right?
If we're being honest. And then I've hired overseas guys. There's a language barrier sometimes. So they're just clipping up random things. So I think having a really good team, finding the exact moments, or even just sending the timestamps yourself if you have time, is the best way to do it.
Definitely. Yeah, and we just train with our team on this a lot. We have daily growth calls with every team member per client team is what we call it. And then we've built out extensive trainings as well for all of our editors, for our account managers, for team leaders, just every position in the company. And it's something that we're now helping other people with also from a coaching, like done with you side on top of our done for you services to where we're providing people our own internal trainings. But it's high leverage when it comes to editors. You want them to have the skill set if they're repurposing long form of knowing what clip to select. Like they can have great editing, but if they don't have that, then the content's not going to perform.
Yeah, it's really cool to see TikTok, like you mentioned earlier, kind of level the playing field. I feel like before, years ago, you needed a following to get views. And it honestly wasn't even worth posting videos if you had no followers because it couldn't blow up. But now, like you said, I'm seeing accounts with 1,000 followers get 1 million views on some of their videos.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. It hasn't been here for a while, and it just came to the landscape to where you can really capitalize on this just in the past 2-3 recent years. And we're still in the starting stages of what you can do today through short form content. But the reason I believe that short form is king right now and it's so powerful is because the volume play. Like when we can't post, I don't want to say can't, but it would be incredibly hard and someone would need to be behind the camera constantly to post 4,800 long form videos per month. But we can do that starting right away with short form content for our clients. And that posting volume, again, when you have quality, it's just creating so much top of funnel traffic and exposure, new reach for you. And then you can take all that reach and funnel it somewhere, right? You funnel it to your long form content, to your podcast, to lead magnet, to the main socials, something. But it's an incredible vehicle to be able to capture a lot of new attention and a lot of new reach right now. All the platforms are pushing it as well.
Yeah.
So it's a new opportunity and an incredible opportunity.
Yeah. When it comes with posting, I know we talked about this on the phone about using automation softwares to post. You are doing all yours manually, right?
Correct. Yeah. We don't recommend third-party posting softwares. There is theory and fact behind why we don't see good results with this. To start with the fact, most of them are missing a lot of platform features, and you want to be utilizing all the features on the platform. And an example would be when Instagram first released Reels, all the third-party schedulers like Hootsuite and Buffer, et cetera, they didn't have Reels even available to use for 3-6 months. Like there's a long lag and delay. And when each platform rolls out new features, they want those features to be used. So a lot of the time they push that content further if you are taking advantage of that.
Right.
So that's the fact side. And then the theory side is if you look at every social platform, they make majority of their money by ads, right? And so that means they want people on their platform watching ads, engaging with others, et cetera, and using third-party software tools disables that behavior from happening. It's a way to get around even going on the platform in the first place, and you're just posting something out, but you don't have people actually using it. There is a lot of issues, like social platforms don't like other companies messing with their API. So we have just seen much better results we use the native scheduling tools per platform. YouTube has its own scheduler. Meta has its own scheduler. Snapchat, all of them have their own schedulers. So you can draft and schedule posts inside of each native platform.
Yeah.
But I don't recommend using third-party tools.
Yeah. Is it true Snapchat pays the most out of the social media platforms?
They have been, but I have been hearing whispers and rumors that they're taking a step back on Snapchat shows. So with Snapchat, there's been something called their show program and their creator program. The creator program is more so for really big influencers and celebrities. It's more lifestyle stuff. David Dobrik is the top earning creator program on Snapchat. He just posts pictures like all day long.
Yeah, 1 million a month, I heard.
Yeah. I've heard even bigger numbers.
Wow.
So that's the creator program. It's very hard to get approved for that. You need to be someone who has a huge audience and huge presence already. And then the other side is the Snapchat show program, which is more so for podcast shows like this. There's still gatekeeping behind it. You have to have a portal and know like the right person in the company to even set you up with a portal.
Are you interested in coming on the Digital Social Hour podcast as a guest? Well, click the application link below in the description of this video. We are always looking for cool stories, cool entrepreneurs to talk to about business and life. Click the application link below, and here's the episode, guys.
It's application based. And then if you get approved, up until this point, they've been doing 50-50 rev shares on ads. And I mean, we have seen shows and have some clients to where it's like you could have 40,000 followers and that show's bringing in 30 to 40,000 a month total gross revenue. And then the 50-50 rev share split, the creator is getting $15,000, $17,000 per month from 40,000 followers, which we've grown a lot of Snapchat accounts from scratch to anywhere between 50,000 to 130,000 followers within like a 3 to 5 month time frame.
Dang.
So you can tap into crazy growth on that platform as well. It's super underrated.
Yeah.
Like, especially in our space with digital marketers and personal brands, creators, majority of people we talk to are not on Snapchat.
No.
And there's over 400 million daily active users on Snapchat. Wow. About 55% is between 13 to 25. But the remainder, 45%, which is still about 200 million people, is pretty even segments of 25 to 35, 45 to 55, so on and so forth. So there's still a lot of audience that can be quality on Snapchat. And then if you have a very long-term view, it's like get in front of the kids, build your audience with kids as well, and wait 3 years, wait 5 years.
Yeah.
They're going to age up and they're going to become like mega fans because they've been with you from a long standpoint.
Look at Jake Paul.
Right.
I mean, his audience evolution has been the craziest I've ever seen. He used to be straight Disney Channel kids. And now he has grown men loving his boxing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you have to respect what he's done.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. He gets a lot of hate, but what he's done, same with Logan, the attention they've been able to garner is impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything with the algorithms that you've noticed? Do they all favor certain metrics or something?
I would say it's not a direct answer to your question, but I would say too many people blame the algorithm. That's a problem. A lot of people think that their accounts are shadow banned or their content's just not getting pushed because the algorithm, et cetera, et cetera. Reality is your content sucks. You just need better content. That's what it comes down to. And that is what we're breaking down as far as having a great hook, backing it up with good context, having it be value-based, whether that's entertainment or educational, and having good editing on top. You just need quality content.
Yep.
We've posted more than 180,000 times at this point. We track everything. We have very, very granular data on everything that we do. And we generally, it can happen sometimes, but it's extremely rare to see lower production quality content perform. So that's like, you don't want like pixelated video or bad audio, like echoing audio, bad lighting, all these factors, they do matter. And then you back it up with what you're actually saying, using good hooks or good clip selection with your content, backing it up with value that people actually enjoy watching. Those are the factors that matter. And a lot of people just like to blame the algorithm. That's not the case.
So don't cheap out on production, you're saying, basically.
Yeah, it's worth the investment.
I would say so, yeah. Because I look at my earlier clips, which were blurry. They were shot on iPhones. They didn't get the views I was getting and the engagement.
Yeah, totally.
And it makes total sense because this is obviously a lot better. Has more factors to go viral.
Yeah. And so touching back on your question to the algorithm, though, I think it just really still comes back to principles. And it's the factor of, what is your goal? Are you looking to get in front of the right people? Or are you looking to just go mass and get as many views as possible? If what you're talking about applies to more people, it has chances of getting more views, right? So if you're talking about food or health or relationships, like this applies to everyone, versus if you're talking about extremely granular, high-level business knowledge that's only going to apply to CEOs doing 8 figures, then there's still a huge place for that, and we can still help people in that in a huge way. And it doesn't require you to get 100,000 views, because if you get 10,000 views and 1,000 of them are top-level CEOs, that's what you want to accomplish.
Quality, yeah.
So the quality matters a lot. But long story short, if what you're talking about applies to more people, it has chances of getting more reach and more views. We have a big background with business owners and being in more of the personal brand space. We're starting to branch into working with more creators and et cetera as well. And views are easier to generate when you're working with entertainment-based content. Majority of people are on social media to be entertained, not to be educated.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because, I mean, if you look at all the most successful people, they value education over entertainment.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a rare subset. So long story short, if you're going to get more reach, more views, entertainment content is just better to get views. Comedy, like entertainment vlogs, Mr. Beast type style, etc.
The comedy podcast gets so many views. I think they're like number 1 or number 2 in terms of podcast categories.
Oh yeah, they crush. One of our clients is Dropout's podcast, and we are now 3.5 months in with them. We've generated 270-ish million views. I checked the tracker yesterday.
I see their clips daily, honestly.
Oh yeah, they have taken off. In the course of that 3.5 month period, collectively across the accounts, they've grown more than 800,000 followers and subscribers.
Wow.
And they started at a total of, it was about 912,000, if I remember correctly. So we've almost doubled and they already had a big base. Like 912,000 is a big following.
Yeah.
But we've almost doubled it in 3.5 months just by flooding the internet with their content. And then their comedy-based podcast, they've had on great guests like Matt Rife, Neil deGrasse Tyson. And with them now having this network of accounts as well, they can market to people, bringing on guests, letting them know like, hey, we're generating 100. We already hit in month 3, 100 million plus views with them. So they're fluctuating between like 50 to 100 million plus. It's continuing to go up as well. And so they can market that to their guests. Let them know like, hey, we'd love to have you on to our show. Our network of accounts is generating 50 to 100 million views per month. Like we'll feature you across our accounts. You'll get a lot of new exposure. And that's allowing them to bring on better and better guests as well.
Absolutely. It's such a win-win. And I feel like for the pricing, it makes a lot of sense, especially with those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the ROI on that is super cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they already had 1 million on YouTube before, and they might catch up to Theo Vaughn at the rate they're going at.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. When we started talking to them in the first place, we wanted letting them know, like, we want you to be the next, like, Theo Vaughn podcast, Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz, like, Full Send, Impulsive. They're kind of in that arena.
Yeah.
So that's the goal, to get them to that level.
I wonder if those big shows, because I see Rogan clips all the time. You know what I mean? I wonder if those big shows are doing some sort of method like this.
Possibly. There is an aspect as well. You get so big, people just naturally start to do it also.
Right.
Because you become such a viral machine that people who also want to create viral videos will just start clicking your content. They know it'll help. And that just snowballs things further, you know? So this is a fast track to get you to that level.
Yeah. It happened with Tate. He was like sort of the first one, I feel like, do this method, right?
Yeah. He pioneered this strategy. That's a large part of how we even had the idea of doing what we do today.
Yeah. So in terms of AI, are you using any AI in this business at all, or is it all manual?
We do use AI in the sense of our team will get creative using generative AI and different images and videos that they're more so using as like B-roll inside of our content. We're not using AI. Like Opus Clips is the leading AI software for repurposing long form to short form. It's not anywhere close to where it needs to be for it to be able to compete with our level of edits and content. The idea is incredible. The concept is incredible. Maybe it's a year out, maybe it's 3 years out, who knows? But it's definitely not there yet. So from just like having AI software completely take over and be your editor, we're still far out from that. And it's night and day difference between using something like that and having a top quality editor.
Yeah, it's not there yet if you want separation from everyone, because they don't have any B-roll footage. And I feel like just having subtitles on a screen, that could work, but I feel like the B-roll really helps the quality sometimes.
Definitely. And it's not only that, but the clip selection is way off.
Right.
And then also there's a lot that we do on top of our editing that we found of just keeping it more visually engaging. We want our edits to be hypnotic, to where people are like literally hypnotized to want to watch it and then watch it again. And that's what creates incredible content. There's a lot of different factors that you can do in the editing. You're also mentioning B-roll. A big like tip for everyone out there is so many people and editors use stock footage and use like cheesy animations and icons. It's not a good look. It's not a strong branding look, and it doesn't work well. We use a lot of like celebrities, like movie scenes, TV scenes in our B-roll, and you just want like quality animations that they're being used. Like cut out the cheesy pop effects unless that's the brand and demographic. Like if you're creating content that is more like entertainment, like kind of Disney Channel vibe, then you can do that. But I just see a lot of editors out there and edits being made that have that type of vibe and brand to it, and it's not going to be effective.
The stock footage. Yeah, you could tell too. Yeah, it's definitely a cheesy look. Now, when it comes to reaction videos, what's your take on this? Because there's that guy, KB Lane. He's built his whole brand off reaction videos. He's never said a single word. I think he has 100 million followers. Do you think that's a good way to get more views?
Yeah, reaction videos crush. It's some of our top performing content as far as editing styles across all of our client accounts, across all different industries. It's pretty crazy how often it really performs. So reaction videos do crush. There is a lot of people who feel that they may not add the most value or may not fit into their brand. And so you just have to be strategic if you are going to do reaction content of choosing the type of content you react to. And then you can provide your own take on it and provide a lot of additional context and value on top of that video. I just launched my personal brand, and that's a part of my content cadence as well. I'm testing out more, but you can do a cadence of someone else who's done incredible with reaction content is Brett Cooper.
Yeah.
If you go to her channel, she started about 2.5 years ago. Maybe it's been 3 years now. She's already at almost 4 million subscribers.
Damn.
All reaction content.
All reaction?
All reaction content.
Wow.
Her views are nuts. If you go to socialblade.com, which shows you like growth trends and data of different social profiles, their data is mainly best for YouTube and Instagram. But if you search her profile on socialblade.com, she's doing like 150 to 400 million views per month on just her main channel.
And just on YouTube.
Just on YouTube.
That's
all
crazy.
Reaction content. And if you look at her content, she'll preface a lot of it by like having a hook stating what's about to happen in the video, and then it'll show the reaction video. And there's also a mix of just like having the video be the hook itself at the start. But another part of how you can be strategic with this is, one, you want the content you're reacting to be on brand with the brand that you're trying to build. Side tangent, but we have a incredible brand identity worksheet that we've developed. We have all of our clients go through, and it helps to really shape your brand. What do you stand for? Like, who are you talking to? And this becomes the guiding light for your content. So it's important and effective to have clarity on that. Once you have clarity on that, you can use that as the guiding light to choose the content you're reacting to. But another big bonus is you can also only react to content that's gone really viral already.
Right.
So all the videos you can cherry pick that's gotten already 10 million views or 2 million views or 50 million views. And that now becomes a part of the hook of your video as well. And you can tap into that proven virality, which is also a big theory of why it works so well.
Yeah, I might have to try it out. Maybe try out a couple videos a day, see if it works.
It's with our clients as well. And then me also, it's really seamless when you're creating reaction content. It's just also like if you're reacting to the right stuff that you like talking about, it's an enjoyable way to create content as well. I think this is a big key. We also help people not only with big established brands, but all the way down to committed or looking to get started scaling your personal brand. And something that we talk about is you just have to remove friction, right? And so if you are trying to film content and it's just difficult for you, it feels like friction, there's other ways that you can create content to where it feels seamless. Like I think it seems like you really enjoy doing podcasts.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel friction for you. You don't like dread getting behind the camera. You found a way to remove friction and make this a consistent process for your content creation. Reaction videos are another big one I find that people really enjoy that removes a lot of friction from the content creation process.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to film. Just need a phone and that's it. Got to find the videos, I guess, but maybe you could have a team even do that part too. So
yeah, we highly recommend, like if you are a content creator, you're looking to start, you should not edit and you should not do the distribution and account management yourself. They are incredibly easy and also cost effective to outsource.
Yeah.
And then you just need the right systems behind it. That's something that we help a lot of people with. But if you're trying to do each of the 3 pillars of production, which is creating the content, editing, and then distribution, then you're giving yourself a full-time job. And this is not sustainable for you. But if you outsource the editing and distribution, you're omnipresent to where you have accounts set up across all platforms. This is another big mistake. So many people are only on YouTube or they're only on Instagram and TikTok. We make sure that all of our clients and all of our members joining our communities are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, X. There's now 7 platforms. If you're posting, let's say 3 times per day on 7 platforms, that's 21 posts a day. That's over 500 posts a month. You're already ahead of 99% of people. And then you add production quality on top of that. This is how you can start to tap into a lot of growth organically on socials. But it's not sustainable. You can't do that if you're trying to do it all yourself.
Right.
You have to outsource the editing and the account management and then just focus in on the production, remove friction, make it easy for you to film content and tailor it around content that you enjoy filming as well.
Absolutely. Where can people find you, more about the company? I know you guys are booked out till March or April, right? For clients?
For done-for-you services, we do have a waiting list right now, but we are continuing to dial in fulfillment further. We have a big vision for the company. We're looking to become the #1 agency in the creator economy. Right now, our focus, we're bringing in a COO, and the top criteria for this position is someone who's gone from scaling with dozens of clients to 1,000+ clients in a done-for-you online service agency. They know what that journey looks like, and they know what it takes to get there. We're bringing in that person. We're building out our executive team, and we have a huge vision and a lot of exciting things happening. So we do have a waiting list right now, but our fulfillment systems are continuing to get better and better to where our goal is to where we never have a waiting list and we can just have people onboarded consistently. And then we also have our done with you services as well to where we can help coach and train people up through the process or teach them our systems, etc. So long story short, my socials, my name's Logan Forsyth. I'm across all socials. You can find me anywhere there. We also have a lot of free resources and a free mini course that teaches, it gives you hundreds of viral hook frameworks, our content systems. It's just, we give away a lot of our best stuff. It's called our 2 billion view secrets program. You can go there at go.mediascaling.com/secrets and just get a ton of free value also.
All right. We'll link it in the video. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, we'll see you tomorrow.